Both fighters extended the punch count somewhat in round 2. Caballero 23 out of 52 in that round. Good round. Litzau 11 of 54. So they were both considerably more active in round 2, about twice as many punches thrown as was the case in round 1.
Okay, what happened? Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Litzau made a motion that referee Joe Cortez momentarily interpreted as a timeout.
He was claiming that he was head-butted in the chin, in the nose.
Now he got hit in the nose with the right hand.
Caballero's really stepping it up now.
Good left hand inside by Caballero.
He's just trying to step up the pace, which is what he should.
Now, hitting on the break, and let's see if Cortez is going to penalize.
Come here. Mira, I want a clean round, guy. I want a clean fight. Lo que vamos a hacer es punto, no quiero quitar punto, ¿entiendes? Come in. Stop. When I say stop, you stop. Go pick it up porque digo stop. Let's go.
Referee Joe Cortez may want to use some of his Spanish with Caballero. Caballero's English is rapidly improving. He used some in our meeting yesterday. Says he's getting it from Jeff Mayweather in the gym. He didn't speak any English when we first met in April of this year.
Yeah, he's a professional singer in a reggae band in Panama. Has performed in Brooklyn and other Panamanian redoubts.
Hard right hand by Caballero knocks Litzau back into the corner. Litzau's in trouble, and let's see if Caballero has a finishing stop. So Litzau not that badly hurt.
No, he's not that badly hurt. He's coming right back.
He's fighting back.
Landed two left hooks in the inside.
The one punch that I like that Litzau does, even though he throws a short right hand over Caballero's head, is a left hook because Caballero leans, bending over to his right all the time, which makes him very vulnerable for a left hook, especially with another tall guy.
Yeah, Caballero drops his right hand sometimes.
Yes, and you can see Litzau is just tall enough to get close to him and throw the left hook.
Little anxiety in the Caballero camp. This is not what they were planning on, even though their man is winning the fight. He's not looking world class doing it.
Well, Litzau came in very determined for this fight, and I think I said the physical size of Litzau has caused a problem for Caballero.
Good right hand by Litzau on the chin of Caballero. And indeed, Caballero does appear frustrated here in the third round.
No, let's go.
And Litzau's doing another thing. He's roughing up Caballero, something he's not used to. Very physical.
From the moment Caballero moved in thinking he had Litzau in trouble early in the round, Jason Litzau has fought back and fought effectively.
Caballero looked at him as if to say, "What are you doing here, kid?"
Come on, baby, you're doing this now. You're doing it, all right? Now listen. Start and attack at the body and then come up the head, because he's just holding his hand like that. So just hurt his arms and then go to the head, right? Especially when he ducks, just hit any piece of the body. You're looking at.
You're giving him a chance by fighting with him. Yeah. Have some fun in there. Hey, look.
Relax.
I need that jab. Get that jab working.
Yeah, you see the frustration right here of Caballero because he's getting hit and caught and being physically manhandled, something he's not used to. And you can see the frustration on his face. And now here you go, you see a little right hand that was thrown by Caballero, which caught Litzau into the body. I think it hurt him for a minute, but mostly his balance. But for the most part, Litzau is fighting a very, very good fight, considering the odds against him, the experience against quality opposition. But I think the fact that he's determined and his height and physical size is working to his advantage.
Litzau's rally back in the last round produced some interesting numbers, 16 out of 36 in power punches in the third round for Jason Litzau. By far his best round of the fight. Let's see if he won it. Harold Letterman, how do you have it?
I think he won it. 2 rounds to 1. 29-28, Celestino Caballero. Jim, I gotta tell you, rounds 1 and 2, Jason Litzau was throwing that right hand over the top, and he couldn't land it. He just misses him. He was throwing it constantly, going over Caballero's head. But in the third round, he started to find the range with that overhand right, and he hurt Caballero to win the round. And if he'd only get the range with that right hand that landed more often, Caballero just bends down, and Litzau throws the right hand, and usually goes over the top. 2-1, Caballero.
Emmanuel, Caballero's wearing Everlast gloves, and Jason Litzau is wearing Lonsdale, which I believe is an English brand.
That's an English glove, yes.
And we've talked about the characteristics of various glove brands, but I don't know that we've ever talked about Lonsdale. What do they like?
Lonsdale is a good combination between the main gloves that we use here. But a lot of the fighters, mostly here, are using Everlast, even Grant gloves. Very seldom I've seen fighters fight in America using Lonsdale.
And Litzau's an American fighter, for whatever reason.
Yes.
Choosing to use the Lonsdale glove. It looks to me like it's a padded glove similar to the Everlast, not a puncher's glove like Reyes.
It's not really a tightly padded glove, you're right.
Got behind the head, I'll put behind the head.
If it isn't a foul-filled fight, it's a borderline foul-filled fight.
Yeah, both guys are doing pretty much the same thing. They throw the left jab and if the guy's bench down there, hold the left hand on the side of the guy's head and push him down. But my concern with Litzau is fighting a good fight, but as he tires in the fight, I don't know if he'll be able to function as good because, I don't know if he'll have this mental stamina from experience.
But from the last round and a half, his punches have shown more authority than Caballero's.
Yes, and his facial expression seems to be very, very comfortable.
Hard right hand by Litzau.
Tops up!
Caballero punishing Litzau in the latter part of this round.
But I don't think he's hurt him yet.
Those were solid shots. Landing flush on the chin. There's a look at Andre Berto in his dressing room. Tonight, his assignment is Freddie Hernandez. It's something of a no-win for Berto. Quite frankly, he could knock Freddie Hernandez out without getting a great deal of credit for it. That's clear in the media build-up to the fight. Or, if he gets a 12-round decision against Hernandez, it's probably a minus for him at this stage of his career, given what media are saying about the matchup. And if he were to lose to Hernandez, it would be an unmitigated disaster of the highest order. But he's heavily favored to win the fight, and we'll see him in the next fight, where Berto's speed will go against Hernandez's height and punching power.
Right. Within your